Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls alike, children of all ages. My name is Raphael Rodrigues, and I'm a student at the Bedfordview campus doing a high certificate for business management. This is my review for the COISA module. We have to start with my expectations for this module. Personally, I didn't really know what to expect. I mean, this module, we didn't really have to write any tests in the traditional sense. Most of the work was extremely practical, so the only thing that I expected was that this module was going to be different in comparison to the other ones. Most of the work was going to be extremely practical. And considering all of the little steps and everything that we had to do per block, all I really expected was that I was probably going to get a slightly better understanding of how a business actually works, or how to make one or construct one. But other than that, I had no special expectations. In the first block, we had to create a CV. This CV was supposed to compile all of our achievements, our skills, where we've worked in the past, if we have, prior work experience, things of that nature. It was basically supposed to be a portfolio that tells an employer who we are and what we're about. So in the CV, I also included a few personal details, where I studied, where I live, things of that nature, past jobs that I've had, whether it be part or full-time. And overall, we also had to create a LinkedIn profile that we had to put our CV in, just so that it can be out there. This blog taught me how to create a LinkedIn profile, how to create a CV, and to put my online presence out there so that employers can see if I meet the requirements and the criteria in order for them to hire me to do the job. Block 2 taught me how to gather data, as it was mostly about gathering data using questionnaires to gather the data, and the platform we used this time around was Google Forms. We had to create a questionnaire and send it to our classmates, our friends, our families, our rivals and adversaries and enemies alike, because we had questions that had to be answered in order for us to get a gauge of our target market, how old they are, their gender, maybe their race, their likes and dislikes. This was all going to help compile and put together what was needed in order to gather the data that was used to create a pie chart, a bar graph, a histogram. Block 3 was, I wouldn't say the most unique, but it was definitely the most interactive in regards to all the other modules that we've taken throughout the course of the year. Because for Block 3, we had to create a business plan. It had to be 100% original. We couldn't use any franchises already existing. It didn't have to be a business per se. It could have also been a product. Some people created products. I created an all-original fast food restaurant with a few gimmicks that made it slightly different to the other ones. But yeah, in terms of all of that, it was very interesting, and I found this one to be interesting in the sense that we had to use knowledge from the other modules in order to help us with this one. It was a business plan, and we're doing a high certificate in business management, so a lot of the skills like a SWOT analysis, a pestle analysis, the 4 Ps, all of these were used in order to try to help us formulate and create a business plan. The fourth block was the portfolio of evidence. Basically, it was going to be the body of work that we've submitted throughout the course of the year, and we're supposed to compile it all together in one portfolio and display it. This was mainly used to gauge our understanding, our knowledge, and to see if we've learned the skills required in order to actually go about starting a business one day. So this one was, in terms of comparing it to the other blocks, the cherry on top of sorts, if you get what I mean.